Hey Facebook, I am getting this set up for a live. I'm a little bit later than 9 a.m., but it's now 9:10. Hey Instagram, I am doing a joint Facebook live this morning. I hope it's not lagging. I feel like it is a little bit, but we will see. Okay, so if you guys are watching on Facebook, you're in my Beyond group, which is just for personal stylists. If you are over here on Instagram, I think some of you guys are personal stylists as well. So I wanted to do the Instagram, hey, so that you guys could see that in case you weren't on Facebook. If you are on Instagram and you're in my Beyond group, then the video will replay for you guys there, and then 24 hours, of course, on Instagram. So I want to jump in, and I have a series. I'm going to be doing these Instagram lives every Thursday for the month of May, and I wanted to talk really specifically to new stylists or personal stylists that have been in business for less than a year, and really going over in today's session 4 things that I believe every new stylist needs to really create a successful business. So let's just get into it. I know we all have things to do. The first thing that I really believe that you need to know is your why. You know, why are you in business? I don't really even think you need a business plan, but you need to know why you're doing what you're doing. So you can think of this as a mission statement, or you can think of this as your purpose in life, or it can be whatever you feel like you need to call it, but there needs to be that internal factor for why you created your business. And sneak peek, it shouldn't be to like make a bunch of money and get rich. That may be a byproduct of why you have a business and you want a flexible schedule and you want to work for yourself. But to really truly have a successful business, you need to have this underlying layer of service and giving value to your clients and being there to really make a difference in their lives, and not it being necessarily a self-serving thing. So you don't really need a business plan, but you do need to know your why of why you have a business. I don't not believe in business plans. You definitely need to have goals and you need to know where you're going, but it doesn't need to be this rigid thing that you adhere to that's going to give you success. I do believe in writing down your goals. I think writing down goals and where you want to go is powerful, but you can use that as a roadmap and a guide to get you there. So I'm not dissing business plans, you guys. But even if you do want to write a business plan, if that's how you function, before you start that business plan, you need to be clear on your why. Why are you writing this business plan? Why do you have a business that you want to launch? What is that service, and how are you going to help your clients have a better life through your business? So the second thing that I think you need to have is you need to have your own unique value. Basically what this means is please just don't copy your competitors. Please don't look at another personal stylist website and say, oh, they're doing these 5 services and they're doing it this way, so that is how I'm going to do my services. Oh, they're working with women and men and kids and brides and whatever, so that's who I'm going to serve as well. Or they do virtual services, so I really need to do virtual services too. No, you need to figure out, this goes a little bit back to your why in a way, but what is your unique value? What do you have that's special to you that you can offer your clients? Obviously, the number one thing is just going to be you in and of yourself, right? Everybody has their own unique personality, their own take on things, their own way of interacting and doing things, and different personalities are going to mesh differently, right? And so that's also why I believe that there are enough clients for everybody. There is enough work for everybody. But when you're setting up your business, and especially if you're new, you need to figure out what makes you unique. And I cannot emphasize this enough. Whenever I work with new stylists, I'm always encouraging them to find their niche and double down on their niche. And there's always a little bit of that resistance, because I think there's a little bit of that underlying fear of, well, if I'm super, super niche, then I'm cutting out all of this market. I mean, sure, yes, but also if you're super, super niche, then those clients that are looking for a stylist that specializes in sustainable fashion is going to know 100% that you're the right stylist for them. They're not going to go to the other stylist who specializes in styling stay-at-home moms, because there's going to be different languages, different services, and different value that all of those things are going to get. So you need to know your value. Don't copy your competitors. It's not going to help you. They're in like a completely different place than you, so it's not going to work. Okay, so the third one is that you really need to know your worth. And when I say worth, I'm basically talking about money and how to charge for your services. So if you're a stylist and you're watching this, chances are we kind of say that, oh, we're creative, we're in fashion, we're not numbers people. And we use that as excuses to not know our numbers, to not know what we should be charging for our services, and to not even know really how to set up or think about how we should be charging for our services. Some of course, our worth is going to come from years of experience, levels of certification or schooling or degrees that you have, number of years that you've been in styling, right? And even just kind of that own natural innate talent that you have for the job that you do. But how do you quantify that into a number? How do you know what you're worth? So this is where I feel like you really need to understand what the numbers look like in real life. And when I work with a lot of new stylists, I take them through an exercise that helps them. And I actually have this in another live on the Beyond Facebook group that helps you figure out what you should be charging. One, from a practical standpoint of knowing like you need to pay your bills, so you need to make at least X to survive. What does that number look like? And then knowing what that number is lets you know how you should be charging hourly. A lot of times people come to me and their service is like $50 an hour, because they're just starting out, and so that's a good starting rate. And I agree, but what's your plan for increasing that? Or is that even a good starting point for where you live? Should it be 55? Should it be 60? If you're just arbitrarily pulling a number out of the air, that's not going to help you. So that's something that when I say know your worth, you need to know those numbers. You need to know how and why you're charging for your services, so that it isn't just some arbitrary number, so that when a client is like, oh, well, I can't afford that, can you do this service for me for $200? And you say yes, you're doing yourself a disservice, and you're actually doing that client a disservice as well, because you're not getting paid what you're worth. And that worth is backed up by the research that you've done to know your numbers and to know how you should be charging for your services. So that's a really important one. I'm really passionate about this because I do think too a lot as women, and I know most of the stylists in my Beyond group are women. I don't know, use being a female as like a cop-out for not knowing our numbers, or we're like, oh, we need a guy to tell me what these numbers should be. But it's really empowering when you know your numbers. And I have always tracked my numbers. I've known those things, but it really wasn't until probably about a year ago when I really started understanding the money that was coming in, the money that was coming out, and why I was charging what I was charging for services, and how it was beneficial to the client, and how it was helping me serve them better. And those things just kind of clicked. So that's something I do a lot with my new stylists, is really talking to them about those numbers as well. And so finally, the fourth thing. So if you're just tuning in, we are doing a series on 4 things every new personal stylist needs to have a successful business. I'm going to be doing these for the next 4 weeks. The first 3 things we talked about was you need to know your why. Basically, what is your mission? Why are you doing your business? You need to know your unique value. Like, what do you bring to the table that is unique to you and not just copying your competition? Please don't ever copy your competition, you guys. You're unique and you're special, and you have something of value to give. So figure out what that is and like double down on that. And then you also need to know your worth. You need to know how to charge and why to charge, so that you feel confident about doing that and that you're giving the best value to your clients. There's some people over on Instagram. I'm just going to wave to them. Some people that joined that I know. So say hi. Amanda, I see your question on Facebook, and I'll talk about it in a second. But finally, the last thing that I want to talk about in today's segment is that you really also need to have good work. What you do and how you do it matters. You cannot just do a sloppy closet audit or make 3 outfits and have your clients think, oh, you're awesome, or cut corners, or not pay attention to your systems or your processes, or really having kind of a professional feel to things. The work that you need to do needs to be there. If you want to get clients, if you want to get those referrals, if you want to have people saying, oh, Amanda, she's such a great stylist. Oh, Shannon, she's such a great stylist. Like, you totally need to work with her. You have to put that hard work into. And I think sometimes people really do look for that kind of magic bullet or that secret sauce to saying, okay, if I do 1, 2, 3, X, Y, Z, if I do emails and I do networking and I do all of these things, the clients are just going to come to me. Those things help, but there really is no kind of magic bullet. It is hard work, but if it's your why and you know why you're doing the work you're doing, then even if the work is hard, it is meaningful to you and it's your service and you're giving value to your client. So that work you do have to put in the work and you do have to do it. And you have to care about your clients, okay? So this is the side part to that. The client isn't your paycheck, okay? So I wanna go into this a little bit. Yes, they're paying you. Yes, they are gonna pay you what you're worth and what the service is valued and for your value and because of your why and knowing that you're serving them. But if they are just a number to you, if they are just a paycheck to you, you're not going to get those referrals. You're not going to get the new jobs coming in or the clients booked that you want to get. You're not going to expand how you want to expand because they're not your paycheck. So as much as they're going to pay you and it's going to make up a paycheck, they are much more than that. They are your why. So go back to the why of why you're doing what you're doing. So when I'm working with my clients, my ultimate why is regardless of whether I'm working with my styling clients or my Beyond clients, I'm here to serve them and help make their lives easier. So with my styling clients, I want to make their lives so much easier by helping shop for them or make outfits for them or just like demystify this whole style thing, dressing for their body types. Yes, Ashley, exactly. Don't turn souls into sales. If you do that, like you're doomed. Just don't do it. And if you have to remind yourself, I have calendar reminders set on my calendar to go off every day, a couple times a day, to remind myself of why I'm doing what I'm doing and that I'm here to serve my clients. And if it's my personal stylist coaching clients, it's because I'm here to help them create the most successful businesses that they can because I've been there and I know what it's like and I've made those mistakes and I want to prevent them from having to do some of those things and help guide them along the path of that. So those are 4 things that you need to have to create a successful business. You need to know your why, you need to have your unique value, you need to know your worth, and you need to have good work. So we are going to talk a little bit more about these things over the next couple of weeks and get into a little bit more details. But I do want to also let you guys know that I am opening up my 90-day business bootcamp for personal stylists to help you take your business either from kind of hobby to full-time or hobby to part-time, but really walking you through all of those steps of what you need to do to turn that business into something that is going to be successful and going to be something that you can do for many, many years to come. I was not going to open this program until August. I think I was going to do it in the fall, but I know that there are so many new stylists right now that are in the group, and I think summer is such a great time to go through this program because you have June, July, and August, which means you can launch into fall in October in that winter season with your clients, having this really good base of knowledge and systems and services and packages that are right in line with what you want to be offering. You can hone in on your why, you can hone in on your niche, and you can really learn how to talk to those clients and start just having them come to you. So I'm really excited for this. I'm not going to be doing this group specifically for new stylists again until 2019, and the rate is going to change. So I'm going to put there's a link in my Instagram bio. It's the first link in the link tree, and beyond, it's going to be in the video description so you can see that as well. But it is $559 for 3 months or $1,600 upfront as an investment in yourself and your business to really get that up and running. I know a lot of times the numbers thing and people are like, oh, I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if that's in my budget. So sometimes I like to break it down for people and say, okay, well, think about it this way, $559. If you have a package that's $600 and you book a client, that pays for that. Obviously, you have to do the work and put in the work to get the client to book that or whatever the case is, but you can definitely break it down for yourself and to kind of think of it that way. So there are options as well for doing that, but I am going to be talking about that program over the next several weeks. It's going to be starting Monday, June 4th. I need to look at my calendar. And I'm going to offer it actually in the evening. So yeah, Monday, June 4th. It is going to be from 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Before, I have been offering it during the day, which I know has been hard for some people, especially if you are working a full-time job. So I'm going to try this format, see if this is kind of the best option for people that are interested. And if there's a consensus that we want to change the time, then we can look at that as well. But it is really going to be a really awesome group. I have room for 10 people. So it is going to be limited. It's the last time I'm offering it this year. I'm going to offer it again in 2019, but the rate will most likely increase for that. So this is kind of your last chance to get in on this group as it's designed right now. And the group is very specifically for people that want to be a personal stylist, or you've been a personal stylist for like a year or less than a year, because you guys are the ones that, and even for other established clients, but you're like, I don't know what I'm doing, which was very much me when I started. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. You don't know how to get clients. You're not sure how to market. You have no idea how to price or package your services. So Amanda, that's kind of something you were saying in your comment, is that that's your biggest struggle right now. And that is the biggest struggle when I talk to people, is they just don't know how to price services and packages. And I get into that really in depth with the group. And I'm actually going to have another stylist come on and do a live with me, Sylvie of Sylvie Heart Style. And we're going to talk about, I helped her with her services and pricing and packages. So we're going to talk a bit about that and kind of give you guys an insider's look of how do we create these things? How do we get to the numbers? What do the services look like? And it's going to be just an overview. Obviously, we don't want you to like copy them because it doesn't make sense. It's not your client, it's not your market, but really being able to understand the numbers instead of just saying, oh, this service is $200. Okay, this service is $100. Great. But getting into why it should be priced the way it is. So yeah, I am really excited about the group. It's going to be really awesome. I did the group in April. No, I think I started in February. It was the first round of the group, February, March, and April. So it just kind of concluded last month. And it was really awesome to work with my stylists in that group and really help them kind of transform some of the basics of their business and really get into how do you create this as a sustainable business model. I think a lot of stylists, when we start out, you literally cannot imagine yourself working full-time as a stylist. You just don't see the numbers connecting. And I was very much in that stage as well. When I started, I had a full-time day job and I was doing some freelance work on the side, and I had my styling as a hobby, and I was like, I just don't, it's not clicking in my head for how I'm going to turn, you know, these few people that I'm cleaning out their closets into a full-time business to pay me a salary. So like I said, I'm passionate about those numbers and figuring that out. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, these 4 things, things that I believe you need to have a successful business. And we're going to be tuning in next week with another topic that's still geared for new personal stylists and things that you need to have to make yourself a successful business. So I'm going to look for questions really quick. I don't know. I don't think I see any questions, just some really awesome comments and a lot of people that have joined on. So it's really nice to see you and have that interaction. You can always feel free to DM me with questions or put them elsewhere and I will respond to them. So that is all. I hope you guys have an awesome Thursday and let's have a great day in our businesses. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Bye. All right. Bye, Instagram. Oh, sorry, Facebook. I'm still here. Bye. It's really hard to like end to broadcast at the same time. There's like always things happening. All right. Bye.